Saturday at Siesta Musica. Join Dream Car the Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakul ka dito!
Lahat ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan, Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to koolNews at 4. I'm Carlo. Inflation likely accelerated in July on more expensive food and utilities, but is expected to stay within the government target of 2 to 4%. An inquiry poll of 11 economists yielded an average inflation forecast of 4% in July, faster than the previous month's 3.7% print, but still lower compared to the 4.7% seen last year. The median projection matches the lower end of the 4 to 4.8% forecast of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. If realized, inflation would fall within the target range for the 8th straight month, bolstering the case for a rate cut. The Philippine Statistics Authority is set to release inflation data on August 6. HSBC economist Iris Ganakay, however, penciled in a 4.2% inflation forecast for July, as he sees higher food prices and logistical costs due to the impact of Super Typhoon Karina, which hit the country last month. He added that despite the recent cut in rice rates, retail rice prices haven't fallen just yet, as retailers are still finishing their inventories of rice that were previously brought at higher price. Latest government data showed that the typhoon and the intensified monsoon rains in late July had destroyed 1.21 billion pesos worth of farm products, with the rice sector suffering the most. Nicolas Antonio Mapa, chief economist at Metropolitan Bank and Trust Co., meanwhile projected inflation in July at 3.8%, as he expects reduced risk from El Nino and better supply conditions due to government actions should help control price. The combination of lower rice prices and favorable base effects could push inflation toward the lower end of the central bank's target range, Maba said in the Wealth Insights report. For Robert Dan Rosas, chief economist at Security Bank, inflation for July is a temporary overshoot as driven by more expensive electricity prices, agricultural products, and fuel. Rosas placed his projection at 4.2%, but expects the figure to return to target in August due to favorable base effects. Manila Electrico last month increased electricity rates by 2 pesos per kilowatt hour to 11.6012 pesos per kilowatt hour. Meanwhile, Finance Secretary Ralph Recto said that inflation in July was expected to accelerate but will settle within the target. Coming from a low base, the inflation will be higher but still within target for the entire year of 2 to 4%, Recto said. Second. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed on August 2 the order for government workers' salary increase and additional allowance to Presidential Communications Office said Saturday. According to the BCO, Executive Secretary Lucas P. Persamin signed Executive Order number 64 on behalf of Marcos. It also said the directive will take effect immediately upon publication in the official Gazette or in a newspaper of general circulation. Given the prevailing economic circumstances, including the erosion of purchasing power due to inflation, there is a need to update the salaries and benefits of government personnel in order to maintain a competent, committed, agile, and healthy workforce, thereby promoting social justice, integrity, efficiency, accountability, and excellence, and ultimately translating to increased productivity and higher quality public service, TPCO quoted Marcos as saying, "The wage hike schedule will apply to all civilian government personnel in the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, constitutional commissions, and other constitutional offices. Government-owned or controlled corporations not covered by Republic Act 10149 or the GOCC Governance Act of 2001 and EO 150 since 2021, and the local government unions are also covered by EO 64. The salary increase will be implemented in 4 tranches. The first tranche on January 1, 2024, retroactive. The second tranche on January 1, 2025. The third tranche on January 1, 2026, and the fourth tranche on January 1, 2027. The Department of Budget and Management early said qualified government employees will get the first 2 of the 4 tranche wage hike starting 2025. EO 64 also grants qualified government employees medical allowance of 7,000 pesos per annum as a subsidy to avail health maintenance organization type benefits. The palace tasked the DBM with issuing the guidelines necessary for the implementation of specific provisions of EO 64. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte has expanded the city's scholarship program, with scholars set to receive higher beneficial grants. Since assuming office in 2019, Belmonte's administration has supported 31,120 scholars, reflecting her steadfast commitment to provide every Q citizen with sustainable educational opportunities. We intend to increase our programs to give long-term benefit to our students, not only providing opportunities for thousands of Q citizens who wish to continue their studies or desires to go back to school, Belmonte said. Providing more funds to our scholarship program is a necessary and sound investment for the city's future, she added. Through the passage of Ordinance number SB-3283, the scholarship program for senior high school students has been broadened to include scholarship subcategories for academics, specialized tracks, athletics, and the arts, and youth leadership, mirroring those at the tertiary level. This stipend for senior high school scholars will also increase significantly from 4,000 pesos to 20,000 pesos annually, while stipend for territory beneficiaries will increase from 4,000 pesos to 25,000 pesos for academic, athletes and arts, and youth leader scholars. Additionally, a stipend for continuing education and vocational course scholars has been raised from 6,000 pesos to 10,000 pesos. Also noteworthy is the introduction of the QCXL scholarship for tertiary students. This innovative addition aims to cultivate a pool of young leaders and a workforce that will support local government initiatives. These scholars are composed of students who excel not only academically but also demonstrate leadership and active involvement in volunteer work and impactful activities that have social relevance. The mayor urges Q citizens, especially aspiring scholars, to secure their Q citizen ID, as it is the primary requirement to avail of social services, including the city's scholarship program. Application requirements and other details about the scholarship program are published on the official Facebook page of the Quezon City Youth Development Office and the Quezon City Government website. Online application for new scholars will start on August 5, 2024. And the Department of Justice DOJ commitment to conduct forensic investigations on deceased persons deprived of liberty demonstrates a dedication to protecting and upholding inmates' rights, the Commission on Human Rights said on Saturday. The CHR was referring to the declaration of cooperation signed by Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remula aimed at enhancing procedures for investigating custodial hostile deaths of inmates. It was also signed by the University of the Philippines College of Medicine and the United Nations on Drugs and Crime. We welcome this commitment as it demonstrates our desire to take all necessary steps to protect and uphold the rights of PDLs. We also acknowledge Justice Removal's initiative to signify this declaration of cooperation to institutionalize investigation in cases of custodial death of prisoners, the H.R. Stevens said, or read. Under the Declaration of Cooperation, the DOJ will ensure that deceased inmates from prisons in Metro Manila, as well as from the Correctional Institution for Women, will be promptly transported to the UP College of Medicine for an autopsy. Pathologists from the university will perform the autopsies according to international standards with technical assistance and support from the UNODC. The CHR welcomed the development, reaffirming its steadfast commitment to protecting the rights of everyone, including those who are in conflict with the law. Ensuring that the deaths of PDLs are thoroughly investigated in line with the broader goal of safeguarding human rights and upholding justice in our country. It is 4:11 in the afternoon, and koolNews at 4 will be right back. Welcome back to koolNews at 4. Continuing our headlines, the Department of Justice sees a red flag in the successive maritime mishaps up and down recently. Justice Undersecretary Rolf Vasquez said on Saturday. When asked to comment on Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remula's statement suggesting a possible interconnection between the incidents, Vasquez said that it's something that investigators are yet to find out. We will invite them. That's part of the fact-finding, he said, referring to the owners of the vessels and other persons that may be involved. Excuse me. That's a red flag. They all happened one after the another, he added. Motor tankers Terra Nova and Jason Bradley capsized Limay and Mariveles Batal, respectively, while MV Mirola 1 ran aground in shallow waters off the coast of Sito Cuyapo, Parangabian, also in Mariveles. All three incidents occurred just a few days apart late last month. Maybe they are within 3 to 5 nautical miles away from each other, so you can draw a lot of conclusions there, Vasquez further said, stressing that they cannot make any definitive conclusions yet. In an Envash interview on Friday, Remula mentioned that they have sufficient findings indicating that the three maritime incidents may be interconnected. We have significant findings to date which we will reveal in due time, he said. Remula said the pieces of evidence would be sufficient to file complaints against those responsible for the mishaps. Yes, definitely. We're not talking about an accident here. We're talking about crime. Our crime was committed against our people, he said. All three are interconnected, I believe, especially the first two, he added. Sorry about that. I'm still eating. Budget Secretary Amanda Paganaman on Saturday ordered the swift issuance of guidelines for the salary adjustments of government workers. This was after President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Friday signed Executive Order Number 64, which grants a salary increase and medical allowance to government employees. I already instructed our concerned DPM or Department of Budget and Management officials to swiftly complete the guidelines for the approved salary increase, Pangkataman said in a statement. We will rush the implementing guidelines so that government employees will see their first round of salary increases this 2024, she added. Pangkataman said approximately 36 billion pesos from the Miscellaneous Personal Benefits Fund under the 2024 General Appropriations Act would be allotted for the implementation of the first tranche of salary increase. She added that the DBM has earmarked around 70 billion pesos under the 2025 MPBF to cover the additional cost requirements for both first and second tranches. Pagkadaman said the first tranche of salary increase would be retroactively given to government personnel later this year. The second, third, and fourth tranches will be implemented on January 1 of 2025, 2026, and 2027, respectively. The increase this year and next year is already secured, Pagkadaman said. The compensation for our initial tranche is retroactive to January 1, 2024, so they would be salary differential or back pay, she added. But Pagkadaman expressed gratitude to Marcos for making her dream to increase government workers' salaries finally become a reality. Government workers will also receive 7,000 pesos worth of medical allowance annually beginning 2025, according to EO 64. Wait a second again. Okay. The three Filipino crew members of MSCR race, which Iran seized in the Strait of Hormuz last April 13, safely returned to the Philippines on August 1. According to Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Katak, their homecoming was made possible through the collaborative efforts of the Department of Foreign Affairs, the container ship owner, and the Iranian government. The three who remain on the MSCR race, which was seized by the Iranian Revolutionary Guards in the Strait of Hormuz, have now returned home. We are thankful to the DFA, the ship owner, and of course for allowing them to return home, and even the Iranian government for their help. He also said, adding that the crew member arrived in the country last Thursday. 25 seafarers were on board MSC Aries. 4 of them were Filipinos, while the rest were Russians, Indians, Pakistanis, and Estonians. One of the 4 Filipinos had already returned to the country last May due to illness. And in international news, Vietnam's Communist Party named President Tho Lam as the country's top leader Saturday after the death of his predecessor 2 weeks ago. This morning, August 3, 2024, the party's Central Committee elected Tho Lam the General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the party said at a press conference. The party's General Secretary is the most powerful figure in Vietnam's leadership structure, with the president occupying a largely ceremonial role that includes meeting foreign counterparts. It was unclear if Lam would continue to serve as president simultaneously or relinquish that role. In his first remarks as General Secretary, Lam said his promotion resulted from an urgent need to ensure the leadership of the party. This is a huge honor with glorious responsibility before the party and the people, he added. It was unclear if Lam will carry out his role as president simultaneously or whether he will step down. The nomination comes 2 weeks after the death of General Secretary Nguyen Phuong Trong, Vietnam's most powerful leader in decades. He died in the capital Hanoi due to old age and serious illness, and Lam was informally handed the reins of power. Lam's forced succession to the top job follows a long career within the secretive Public Security Ministry, which deals with the monitoring of dissent and surveillance of activists in Vietnam, a one-party state. And now for entertainment news, singer Gerald Santos expressed his sympathy for Sandro Bullock as he recalled that he was once also a victim of sexual abuse and hoped that the latter would get the justice he was denied then. Santos took to his social media pages to share that he felt like he was transported back to the painful past after knowing what happened to Bullock. A lot of people are messaging and tagging me about this issue. The pain returned to me, and I couldn't help but cry while imagining what happened to him. My heart goes to Sandro and the whole Bullock family, he wrote in his caption. The Pinoy pop superstar alum underscored that social media can play a role now in dealing with sensitive cases like this, hoping Bullock will get the justice he deserves. I was once in this situation, but back then you didn't have a voice, there was no social media. Unlike now, there's already a hashtag #MeToo movement. I will hold my head high for standing up amidst tremendous pressure to just let go of what happened. I hope he gets the justice I was once denied, he stressed. In an interview with PEP in 2012, Santos revealed that he experienced sexual harassment at the hands of a musical director connected to a singing contest he joined on the GMA7. It's gone. It's actually just enemies with the case. So it was fixed inside, that's what happened. He said, adding that there was no formal case filed. Apparently, we will only be harboring ill feelings. All we were thinking at that time was to move on with my career, he continued. Santos also said that his preparator was removed from his position at that time. And that is it for koolNews at 4. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines later with koolNews at 6 for an hour before my Tulugan and koolNews prime time at 9, also before Aspen's Coffee. Until then, I am Carl. Happy weekend and good afternoon.